Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's now Friday the 5th of October. God, it's October already. Where has the year disappeared to? Watching out for this van. And we're heading home at 5:30. Nice and early for a change. How's that? I decided not to work late tonight, actually. Getting caught up with a lot of that work, so I don't know. I've still got a lot of metal work to get out, but I couldn't be bothered again this week. So maybe next week. Who knows? We'll see. So yeah, it's been an all right week. It's been another one of those ups and downs weeks, but in the end, mostly it seems to have all sorted itself out. So after 2 weeks of pretty much horror, in a way, it's all gonna come good. So I'm kind of pleased about that in the end. And finished the Friday afternoon off with selling a 2-group espresso machine to a new place in Whitby. So that's where I'll be going next Wednesday. But that's good. Good sale, so pleased about that as well. So all in all, it's all going quite wonderfully. Any time today would be nice. Big queue of people behind me. Oh, just any old lane. Pick a lane, any lane. Doesn't matter. So yes, it's all going better than it was. Let's put it that way, better than it was. So that's pleasing. Can't argue with that. Might put the fans on a bit, 'cause it's a bit nippy. I could do with starting to wear my jumper a bit, I think. So yeah, it's cold and wet and drizzly and miserable. So the big news of this week is, yes, I entirely missed the release of macOS Mojave and iOS 12. Totally went past me by. So last weekend, I said about putting iOS 12 on my phone, which stubbornly refused, of course, to do it because I still had the developer profile on for iOS 11. So I had to wipe that off and reboot, and then it recognised that there was the iOS 12 update. So updated that. So far, pretty good. Battery drain's a bit worse than it was, to be honest. And I noticed the phone getting very hot while I'm using it, which is a bit not as good as it has been. So go on. Dear me. So yes, yeah, not. I mean, there's some new bits and pieces to it. The notifications, they tiled them together now, which is kind of good actually, because things like Discord was nuts. I'd wake up in the morning and there's so many. You're scrolling up to find in between those ones what you wanted to see. And now they just tile together and then you can show them all if you want, so that's quite cool. Other than that, I don't know if I've noticed a huge amount of difference to it, other than it doesn't have as good as battery and a bit hot. But then again, I suppose there's a lot more in for the new models again, and then there'll be the new big expensive one if anyone's got $1.5 grand or whatever it stupidly is to spend on it. Just go on. Fly up in the rain. Braking distance ruined in it, of course. So yeah, and then Mojave, that actually I've been impressed with. I mean, a lot of minor, I think, changes in UI, but quite nice. A lot of it appears to again continue this iOS to macOS sort of fusion, so to bring similar together. So the dock on Mac Mojave seems to act like the iPad dock a lot more now, where it remembers your commonly used apps and sticks them in their own little section, and things like that. But the big, and I mean big improvement for me, I don't know what he's doing sat there, has been the it's been the well, what used to be the the grab, the sort of cut and paste tool, which they've totally reworked, and they made it a lot like on iOS again, but it's loads better. It's brilliant. You can just drag around this little square that you're going to capture on the screen and resize it and whatever else, and then you capture it, and it automatically then just saves your capture to desktop, which is great. But it does that little thing that iOS does, where when you capture, it'll just put the little image in the bottom corner right of your screen, and you can tap on it and bring it up to edit it and write on it and stuff. So that's really cool. It's a big, big change for that one app. And there's a news app, which is brilliant. I always like the news on my phone, and it was kind of frustrating it wasn't on the Mac. So it just meant I had to look at the news thing when I was just using my phone, whenever that was. So all in all, Mojave, I totally approve of. It's been very good as an update. Very pleased. So let's go. Let's just park down here, I think, and then we're not in everyone's way. So I'll go back because I know what's it there and there. Someone else wants to come past. So let's have a look. Shall we do Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom while it's quiet? And then I can go and drop my parcels off and we'll be back again. So where have you gone, Mr. Nellis? Oh goodness, you've disappeared. Come back, Mr. Nellis, here he is. I know the first one I remember because I looked beforehand, is John Cleese is quitting our country. Is he, Richard? I'm quite sure he'll be doing a funny walk as he leaves as well. So there you are. Queen of the World on ITV, right? Also, Richard's been to Skipton Castle Woods as one of his Pennine Magpie walking trips on Tuesday. Is the weather alright Tuesday? I can't remember. It's been kind of on and off this week, isn't it? A bit warm and then a bit not so warm. Theresa May getting cross about Boris Johnson's speech. Well, I can understand that, to be honest, Richard. The death of Jeffrey Hayes. Was he Bungle and Zippy, or was him someone else? Go on. Zoe Ball replacing Chris Evans on BBC Radio 2. Oh, I'm glad I moved back. Also, Richard Nellis might dress up as Batman on Halloween party. Oh well, Batman's a good one to dress up as, I've got to be honest. Also, it was Victor Meldrum as there was a crowd of noisy ladies chattering at Cafe Candia, or Candia, on Thursday afternoon whilst he had his lunch. And I whispered, "Quiet, everybody." I don't blame you. It's very annoying when everyone's been noisy, isn't it? The new Venom film, yeah, I'm sure that's going to be pretty good, Venom. And the Conservative Party conference. Well, if only Venom would go visit that, eh? Right, let's go and drop parcels, and I'll be back to chat about, I don't know what else to chat about, to be honest, but I'll be back to do that anyway. Yeah, okay, see you in a bit. Okay, we're back. Hang on. If only he'd waited a minute, I'd have been out of his way. Let's see if we can escape from here today. Escape from petrol station. And we're free. So, yes. Last weekend, what happened last weekend? Well, other than updating all the things with the new softwares, what else did we get up to? Saturday. Funny enough, actually, there was no Fight Club or Playhouse last Friday night, so I did get to bed at a reasonable time. So I was quite active on Saturday, for a change. Chances are this Saturday, tomorrow, not going to be so active, because tonight there is Words with Witty in an hour and a quarter, and then there's a new show on at about 10, I think it is now. Yeah, it's about 10. In fact, there's a whole new channel being opened up for it now, which is this one done by Eagle Spirit and Engine Witty. But yeah, so that's going to be at 10. Playhouse is Playhouse at 11? Is it midnight? I can never remember. It's normally 2 hours for the Playhouse, I'm sure. Oh, it's so confusing. I don't know, there'll be a Playhouse at some point anyway. And then after that, it's going to be Fight Club in the Team Good server. So yes, it's going to be busy. Busy night again. So much to get on with. So the day is over and the night is about to begin for more working, networking and whatever else. So yes, so that's all busy. Steam it wise last week. Did I do a post on the Saturday? Say everything started to slowly come back together after all the malarkey of the HF20, and now I think we're just about back on full form, so that's all good. And yeah, it's been a strange place to use a sticky van in the middle of the entrance to that road, block it off. So Saturday, yeah, I don't really know what happened Saturday, to be honest. I'm trying to think. Sunday went swimming with the boy at Brighouse Baths, which is pretty cool actually. You know, went to Brighouse Baths, paid up. The lady didn't say now to us about it. So, paid up. You got two pools. You've got like the kiddie trainer pool, and then you got the main one. Anyway, we headed to the main one, and there was this big inflatable thing in it, and they're having all this like pool party thing going on. There was all shaped things in it, inflatables that you could sit on and clamber on and throw about, and they're throwing balls about and stuff, and it was all super fun, this party thing going on. So so me and the boy just like rocked in and went, oh crap, this is great, yeah. So we messed about with this stuff and whatever. So we were away just having a laugh, and then I was kind of just, while we were doing stuff and he was practicing a bit of his swimming and dunking his head under and things, I was kind of thinking, I was like, I'm pretty sure it seems like everyone in this party thing knows each other except us. It all seemed to, and it also seemed to be predominantly like lads of around like 12, maybe 11, 12-year-old lads, with obviously some parents and what could be some siblings of them. And it came to the end of it, I kind of thought, we've kind of just like we've just walked in on someone's probably football team pool party thing that they booked the pool for, when we probably shouldn't have been in there at all. And we just wandered in because no one told us we couldn't. We just wandered in and just joined in anyway. So yeah, but we're only, I mean, we got in there at just before 3, and we got till 4, and that actually finished at 3:30. So well, they started kicking them all out at 3:30 anyway. So so we just tunneled back through to the kiddie pool for the last half hour, where we probably should have been all the time, but no one said out to us, so it's all good, isn't it? So yeah, so we had a good session, and then we went to my dad's, and I did a lunch at my dad's. So that was my Sunday really, and then back home, do a few bits. Monday was, like I say, this week's been steady away. Had some decent amount of work come in, which is always good. And get a shifty on there a little, because he was coming around the roundabout at me a little bit quick for my liking. So yeah, work was getting steady away. Tuesday, I had a late night Tuesday, I have to be honest. Yeah, I got got going with doing a what was I doing? I was just catching up. Finally, I'd got my vote power back up on Steam, so I was trying to catch up on some posts and get round a few people and upvote a few, and then I found one of the Welcome Wagoners had started this 10 random things contest, and I thought, oh, that's a great one. So I'd had to read everyone that had done them so far. And then I thought, well, I'll do my own one. I was going to do a different post that night, but I ended up doing these other things, and I thought I'll do this post. It ended up taking much longer for me to do the post than I anticipated. So it was well into the early hours of the morning before I got done with it in the end. So consequently, that's what I'm trying to think of. Wednesday I was pretty tired, to be honest. In fact, I was very tired Wednesday, and then so Wednesday night I got in, had some food, and I just slept really early. And funny enough, last night even I was pretty tired as well, so I slept very early last night. For me it was about 10, I think I dozed off. So it's a long time since I've been to the well, it's that long I've forgotten what it's called. Pimp Your Post Thursday thing, yeah. Because I only ever get to the late one, but I've not even had a chance to be to that one. I need to make a bit of time to do that, really. So that's about it, really, for the week. Like I say, fair amount of work on, trying to sort things out and tidy some stuff up. But yeah, generally it's all good, it's all go. So I'm kind of happy about that. And like I say, most of the nagging issues that have been hanging over me are resolved again for now, till the next time. But well, at the moment we're kind of getting there, so a bit happier about that as well. So let's just see what the next week brings us. Well, I know it's bringing me to Whitby by the looks of it now, because I say I've had this order. He's had his invoice, and hopefully he'll be paying by Monday, and I'll get myself loaded up and take him in his nice coffee machine. It's a good one actually, because I mean, the first time, it's probably 12 years ago, I went to his first place, which is a gallery at Grossmont near Whitby. So this guy. Then a couple of years back I went to basically like a little holiday caravan park where his daughter was setting up a coffee shop. Naughty boys, you get squished. Coffee shop in like I say, this little holiday park in Whitby. They had a machine offers then, and now his daughter's sold that place that she's obviously got built up and sold it, and she's opening a coffee shop in the centre of Whitby now. So having another machine, so 3 machines they've had offers in total, which is not bad going, obviously. As a business, you can't be doing bad if you sell stuff to people 3 times, can you? Especially when it's big equipment wise. So it's all quite good. Yeah, I'm gonna have a yawn. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be up until silly o'clock in the morning, and then I'm yawning away before we even start the evening. My goodness. Does not fare well, does it? But we'll see how we get on. So that's it for me this week. Have a good weekend. Next week I'll catch you in next week's coffee vlog. See ya.